All right, welcome back everybody to a brand new video here on the second channel. Today we're going to be looking at some more new cards that got revealed that are going to be a part of our Destined Rival set in May. We got some more Team Rocket cards here, and we even got a brand new EX card that is extremely similar to the old Primal Groudon EX. So I'm excited to take a look at these cards here. It's not like that many of them, but still worth talking about some of them nonetheless. So I thought I would get a video out here looking at these new cards revealed. And of course, if y'all are new here to the second channel, make sure to subscribe down below. We're getting very close now to 22,000 subs. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of these new cards. And leave a like in the video if you enjoy it. And I'll leave a link to Pokebeach if you want to go read the articles for yourself. So, starting us off here, we do have a new Ampharos line. We have the Team Rockets Mareep, Team Rockets Flaffy. The Team Rockets Mareep has like a diabolical artwork where it's just like staring at you. But then we do have the Rockets Ampharos here. Now, this card is actually pretty cool. So it's got the ability Darkest Impulse. Whenever your opponent evolves one of their Pokemon, right? They play a Pokemon with their hand to evolve one of their Pokemon. You put 4 damage counters on that Pokemon. The effective Darkest Impulse does not stack, and then its other attack, Head Bolt, just does 140 damage for lightning and 2 colors. This is actually a pretty interesting ability, and we've seen this before on older cards in the past. I think there was like an old stadium card called, I think it was Po Town, that whenever your opponent would evolve something, they would take like 3 damage counters. So this is definitely in that same vein. Now, the downside about playing Team Rocket's Ampharos to try to utilize the ability, of course, it is a Stage 2 Pokemon. It's a little bit slower, a little bit harder to get out. You got a rare candy into it, but there is a lot of value in being able to do that. It's really good in like a spread style approach. Like imagine if you're playing against like Dragapult and your opponent goes from Dreepy into Dracloak and they take the 4 damage. I'm assuming if they evolve again the following turn, they take another 4 damage counters. So it's like 8 damage counters you can put on the Dragapult, which is kind of cool. So there are some interesting things you could do with it. Obviously, the ability doesn't stack. That'd be a little too broken. If you had like 3 of these in play, you would like knock out the Stage 1 Pokemon, which would be kind of wild. But yeah, the Ampharos isn't bad either. Definitely not the worst card ever. And maybe there's other Team Rocket cards that this card could synergize with, right? That's the thing. Maybe there's more cards this card could be good with in the future. All right, we did get the reveal of the Team Rocket's Wobbuffet here. Got the new Illustrated Rare artwork, and this card does have 2 attacks. The first attack is like the main one. You got Rocket Mirror. For a second Colorless Energy, you move all damage counters from one of your bench Team Rocket's Pokemon to your opponent's active Pokemon. This attack is decent in probably the Mewtwo deck. Mewtwo has, what, 280 HP, something like that. So having 260 HP and being able to like sponge a hit, especially if you have like a Bravery Charm on it for even more health, and then you can just go into the Rocket's Wobbuffet, and then you get to heal the Mewtwo, and then put all the damage back on your opponent's active. Kind of reminds me of the Damage Change Mewtwo from back in the day. The Damage Change Mewtwo EX kind of had something similar where you'd like you'd switch the damage counters with it with your opponent's active, but usually you'd use it as a way to fully heal it. So this card is okay. These type of attacks, though, don't usually see a lot of play, though. There's already a few cards, I think, in the standard format that do this, and they don't really see a lot of play. But in the Team Rocket deck, again, Mewtwo EX is pretty bulky, so who knows? Maybe this card will work in that deck. I'm not too sure yet. However, where things get exciting here is the reveal of the new Cetitan EX, which is literally Primal Groudon reborn. So it's got the ability Snow Cover. Whenever your opponent plays an item or a supporter card from their hand, you prevent all effects of that card done to this Pokemon. And then it has the attack Crush Press, which for 3 waters and a Colorless Energy, you may discard a Stadium card in play. If you do, this attack does 140 more damage. So you get to do 280 damage as long as you discard a Stadium, kind of like with Roaring Moon EX's Calamity Storm attack. Now, this card also is a Stage 1 Pokemon with 300 HP, making it a very bulky card. I think this card is actually really powerful. So, Primal Groudon was a card that had the same type of ability. It actually wasn't even an ability. It was its ancient trait. So you couldn't even shut off with like Garbodor. It would have an ancient trait where it couldn't be bossed out, which is what this card is. It can't be bossed out. And then had a similar attack where you do like 200 damage if you discarded a Stadium from play. And back then, Groudon was a very powerful card. I think I did a YouTube short talking about it on my main channel. If you want to hear more about that, I guess go watch that. But yeah, the Groudon was actually really powerful. And Cetitan is no different. It's basically just a new age version of Groudon. It does have that ability where, once again, it cannot be bossed out. It can't be removed by like Crushing Hammer or anything like that, or any other item card or supporter card. Yeah, basically the point is this card cannot be bossed out, right? And then the attack does 280 damage, which is good numbers. I mean, 280 is going to knock out a lot of the big basics. You are going to fall short on some KOs, on like Dragapult and stuff and Charizard, but you could just play this with Maximum Belt if you really wanted to. You can use Max Belt so that Crush Press can then do 320 or 330 damage, sorry, which would knock out the big Pokemon like the Charizard and the Dragapult and stuff. Now, this is a water Pokemon, which does mean if you really want to, you could play it within Baxcalibur. So while you're trying to get the Baxcalibur into play to load up the Cetitan, you can just have it on the bench where it literally will not be able to be gussed out. So your opponent will not be able to immediately bring this thing in. There are ways you could, the Cetitan could be brought in the active. Like the main one, like double, I guess, gets you there. But you can't Pokemon Catcher it. You can't Prime Catcher it, which is actually really cool. You can Prime Catcher out the Cetitan. I think that's a pretty good thing. You can't be Prime Catcher it out. But yeah, this card is good. I like it. I know like Baxcalibur got nerfed a little bit with rotations, like cards like Irida and Pokestop are gone, which probably would have made this deck a lot more consistent if Irida still existed in the format for Baxcalibur. So Baxcalibur, we don't even know if it's going to be like a playable deck right now. But I feel like if Baxcalibur is ever going to be good again, Cetitan might be the answer to making the deck good. Because again, a lot of HP, 1 KO potential for 4 energy. Even if your opponent goes after the Baxcalibur, they're not immediately going after your Cetitan EX, which is really, really good. Unlike Shempao, where you discard all the energy and then they go after the Baxcalibur. So I'm a big fan of Cetitan. I guess the other thing is the Cetotl can't be poffined out. I don't know if there's a Cetotl in Standard with 70 HP. I'd have to fact check that. If there is, then that's even better for this deck, but I don't think there's a Cetotl that has 70 HP, unfortunately. So it doesn't look like this is like a poffinable thing, but still a pretty strong card. You just play 4 Artisan. You got to play a lot of stadiums anyways for the Cetitan's Crush Press attack, so you might as well play like 4 Artisan to get out your Cetotl. So there you go. Those are the new cards. That card reveal, I think the Ampharos is interesting. It is a stage 2, which kind of sucks, but it does have a pretty solid ability that could be good. And then Wobbuffet's kind of neat for like Mewtwo. And then, of course, I really like the Cetitan. Again, it's really cool to see them kind of bring back Primal Groudon. But yeah, that'll be it for me. If y'all enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you're new to the channel, once again, subscribe down below. We're on the road to 22,000 subs. I'll leave a link to Pokebeach down below if you want to go read the article and check out the cards for yourself. And we might even see more new cards over the next couple days here. So who knows? Maybe we'll have more new card reveal videos here on the second channel. Anyways, peace out, everybody.